everyone, welcome back. So, Forbidden Fruits is what happens when you take the early 2000s teen drama energy, mix it with modern day cynicism, and then trap it inside a creepy, almost surreal shopping mall. And yet, it gets weird. From the very first scene, the movie makes it stone crystal clear. We meet Apple, played by Lily Reinhardt, who immediately establishes herself as someone you don't mess with. After a disturbing encounter in a parking lot, she casually flips the situation on its head and walks into the mall like she owns the place, and honestly, she kind of does. Inside, we are introduced to Free Eden, a retail store where Apple works alongside her tight knit group, Fig and Cherry. Together, they form what looks like a girl gang but feels more like a cult. They have their routines, their rituals, their hierarchy, and then their influence stretches across the entire mall. From claiming tables in the food court to controlling social dynamics, these girls operate like royalty in this fluorescent lit playground. Then comes Pumpkin, the new girl, an outsider working at a pretzel shop who becomes obsessed with joining their group. At first, it seems like your typical trying to fit in storyline, but something feels off. Pumpkin isn't just naive, she is observant, calculated, maybe even manipulative, and once she finally gets accepted into the group, it becomes clear she might have her own agenda, and that's where Forbidden Fruits really starts to shift. What begins as a stylish teen drama slowly reveals something darker underneath. The sisterhood isn't built on empowerment, it's built on control. Apple, as the leader, uses this strange mix of spirituality and consumerism to maintain power. Think rituals based on retail cycles, confessions in dressing rooms, support that feels more like surveillance. It's toxic but also incredibly recognizable. The film is clearly commenting on modern friendship, especially the kind shaped by social media, performative closeness, hidden competition, illusion of belonging, and it does all of this while wrapped in a campy, over the top tone. Tonally, the movie feels like a mashup of Mean Girls and The Craft. You got sharp, quotable dialogue, over the top personalities, dramatic power shift, and just enough absurdity to keep things entertaining. But underneath all that, there is a strong sense of emptiness. None of these characters really know what they are searching for. The rituals feel hollow, the sisterhood feels staged, and the mall itself starts to feel like a cage, endless corridors, artificial lighting, no real escape. It's claustrophobic in a very intentional way. Visually, the film leans into that artificiality. Everything feels slightly exaggerated, like you're watching a heightened version of reality, and that works in its favor, especially as things spiral towards the film's chaotic, bloody climax. Now, let's talk about performance. Lily Reinhardt absolutely dominates as Apple. She brings this perfect mix of charm and menace. You are drawn to her even when you know she is dangerous. Lola Tongue as Pumpkin is equally important. She's the audience way into this world, but she's not just a passive observer. There's something going on behind her eyes, and that's unpredictability keeps things interesting. The result of the cast rest of the cast, sorry, plays their roles well, even if some characters feel like archetypes that then fully fleshed out people. And honestly, that's kind of the point. This isn't a subtle movie. It doesn't aim for a deep nuance or complex character study. Instead, it goes all in on style, tone, and attitude. Sometimes that works brilliantly, especially in its dialogue and visual moments. Other times, it feels a bit shallow, but even then, it's never boring because Forbidden Fruits know exactly what it wants to be. It's messy, it's cynical, it's little ridiculous, but it's also sharp, funny, and strangely addictive. It captures this very specific kind of modern anxiety wrapped in glitter, sarcasm, and just a hint of horror. So, if you're looking for something deep and meaningful, this might not fully satisfy you, but if you want something stylish, chaotic, and full of attitude, Forbidden Fruits is definitely worth the watch. That's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.